Do you remember all the jokes we did?
No.
Oh my God. This is going to be the lost episode. We're doing it for the plot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fudge. See, now I don't even see it. Is it even picking you up now?
I haven't said anything yet. Now it's working properly, see? Because when I talk, it's on my bar. And when you talk, it's on your bar. Just like I might have mentioned early in the episode when I said, that's weird.
God damn fudge. You have to dig deep.
I don't have to dig deep. I can do an episode all over again. I don't want to say it was anybody's fault. I don't want to.
But he's gonna. What if I just did that for the plot, though?
Yeah, maybe you did. Maybe you did.
Okay, do you want to start it again? You brought up where you heard it from.
So, you know, we've been doing this for a while, yeah?
Yeah.
We're like 70 episodes in or something like that.
Feels like 170 now.
Yeah, probably. And I have to give my co-host credit. He does a fantastic job of the recording and editing and so on and so forth. And I just want to let you all know you're going to miss a really good episode because we recorded this whole thing and realized that the mic setup wasn't plugged in properly. And so it was just recording through the house mic on his laptop. And so hopefully you enjoy version number 2. Who does number 2 work for?
So basically, all he's going to let me say through this whole episode is deja vu.
It's like deja vu all over again.
What if it's better this time, though?
Well, here's the thing. Whether it was right or wrong or otherwise, you did it for the plot. Welcome to Hang Out with Your Slang Out.
I'm Deja Vu, Dan.
You don't need to do that.
Deja Voodoo.
You can just end it at Welcome to Hang Out with Your Slang Out. There's your intro right there.
Don't plug all these fucking mics in.
So I ever tell you about that time we went to Peoria for a spring training baseball game, my friends and I.
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking through the parking lot. And there was this Washington license plate.
Okay.
And you know how, like, if you get a personalized license plate, like, you need to put it into a system and they decide whether or not it's okay.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if Washington doesn't have that database, but it's possible because the license plate spelled out HAPENIS, which I know what they meant.
Hairy penis.
Nope.
Hawaiian penis?
No. Hawaii is it's not the point. No, they meant happiness. But the way it reads is penis.
Is there a space right there?
In my mind, there is.
Okay, that's what I say. So you're projecting your penis onto that.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
Anyway, like a couple weeks later, fairly soon after that, driving through the parking lot at a nearby shopping center, a mall, if you will, and I see what I deem to be an even funnier license plate, just because it just reads funnier in my head, which is YOLO2. Which, of course, means you only live once, twice.
YOLO2. I like to do the thing where people, they're spelling.
I feel like it's like the perfect, like, Buddhist thing to say.
You think so?
Yeah. You only live once, twice. 3 times a lady.
I like to take when people can't actually write what they're trying to write. And they have to use like the different numbers or symbols and stuff. And you know what they're trying to say in the word, but I like to just, when they do that, if I'm going to read the license plate, I read it the way it's supposed to be. So it's like, I'd read the 2 letters and then I'd read the number and that instead of saying the happiness.
I wonder if I could get away with SHTCLWN, because I'd really like a license plate that said shit clown.
I don't think you need the license plate. When you drive by in your little white car, I think you get that a lot.
The state would probably think it just meant tickle, win. Anyway, so the reason I bring up YOLO is because apparently there's a newer version of it that I find to be not offensive.
Plot twist.
It is a plot twist.
Is it weird that I'm getting deja vu?
No, it's not, because you fucked up this recording, and so we're doing it again.
Doing it better.
I hope so.
YOLO 2.
YOLO 2, Lost in New York.
Mm-hmm.
YOLO 2, Lost to the Metaverse. YOLO 2, The Revenge of the Sith.
YOLO harder.
I don't think anybody should be YOLOing harder.
YOLO 2, Judgment Day.
YOLO 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh, the best one.
Anyway, there's a new version, and plot twist is apropos as the new, how do you spell apropos? A-P-R-O-P-O-S?
I don't know.
I think that sounds right. Anyway.
That's like a dessert, right?
No.
Oh.
So there's a new version, and it is doing it for the plot, or do it for the plot.
Do it for the plot, which I've heard. I've heard it a couple times. Usually it's I'll see it being used cleverly in like a TikTok or an Instagram reel. I actually kind of like this one.
Yeah, I do too. And I feel like you feel like it's not good if we're both good cop on this, but I think that it's okay to be good cop on this because we're both bad cops so many times.
It's almost like you know me.
It is.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. It's like I've seen it all before.
Well, honestly, I don't like YOLO. I think YOLO is annoying, but half the reason it's annoying is because it's, they shorten the words like FOMO and all that stuff to make a word. So
but this one, you at least know what it means, right?
Well, because they actually spell it out. What do you mean? I know what FOLO means.
And what does FOLO mean?
Fear of licking on.
I don't think that's it.
Oh, I've had that a few times. We'll leave it at that.
Maybe fear of looking on. Maybe like you're not really into voyeurism.
No, I just meant, do I really have to lick that? High school years were rough. No, I like it because it's actually, it's nothing shortened. It's like actually saying a sentence.
And it's kind of poetic in the way that it says it.
Yeah. It's still got, maybe if after it gets used a bunch, I won't feel this way, but it feels clever if someone's taking the time to say, yeah, I'm doing it for the plot. And when you hear somebody say Riz, I want to punch them in the face.
What if they're saying Riz for the plot?
Could we start that?
Mind blown.
Doing it for the Riz?
No. I mean,
you probably could pull that off.
You probably could do that.
Do it for the plot on Urban Dictionary. The conscious decision to see yourself as the main character of the story that is your life. That totally fits. And I think...
So you're not an NPC?
No. Which we need to do that word. Or we need to do that. The NPC.
So we can talk about Ryan Reynolds even more?
We can talk about anybody.
Well, but Ryan Reynolds specifically.
Did he have his movie?
Yeah.
What was the name of that one? Something Guy?
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
It must have been a great movie then.
Actually, it was a good movie.
It's supposed to be.
But I don't remember the name because it was about something you're not supposed to remember.
Was it the good guy or the bad guy? It's the one where he's the video game character that lives the same day. Like he's out on the outskirts or whatever.
Right.
He's not the main player.
Not when it starts. Maybe you should watch the movie.
You maintain the outlook that every moment is good or bad is merely a plot point for your larger narrative. And that fits. I technically brought this up earlier, but you did culinary school, and I feel like you did that for the plot of your life.
I mean, I did. I think every large and even small decision you make is something that you do for the plot.
But that was a healthy way, because you could do something for the plot that's like in the moment of like, I'm going to F this person over just for the plot. Like I'm going to.
I probably did that too.
Yeah. College years were rough.
Been in some dark places.
Mm-hmm.
Caves.
Vegas?
No, I didn't. Did I do anything for the plot in Vegas? I mean, moving to Vegas was for the plot. Like that was just...
All the gambling was for the plot, wasn't it?
On a whim, I asked myself, well, they're hiring for the new Wynn Resort. What if I had the opportunity to work for Steve Wynn once? Not to be confused with Steve Winwood, who I also would have appreciated working
It would have been the best if you worked for Steve Winwood. We would have been friends a lot earlier.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
Not according to the restraining order that Steve Winwood has against you.
Urban Dictionary finishes off the definition with start living unapologetically and give them a plot twist that no one saw coming.
I didn't see that coming.
No.
Yeah, and I think what you said is accurate. I think it could be good or bad. I think it could get into it.
Literally the only definition.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it's pretty new. It's not that new. I've heard that. Not for, at least in the last year I've heard it. So.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe we made it up. It could get into a deeper conversation that I don't know that we're mentally capable of having.
Oh, I'm always mentally capable.
Are you?
Yeah, I do that for the plot.
How do you feel about free will versus determinism?
Free Willy? I like number one. Number two got a little repetitive because, like, how many more times I gotta lock this damn whale up?
Kind of like the second time recording an episode.
And by the time Free Willy 4 was coming around and he was just still killing the same people on the same beach, I was like, isn't that Jaws 4? He ripped that straight off.
They sure did.
Yeah.
They sure did.
Yep. They were doing it for Jaws'
But
plot.
like when they did Free Willy 5 in Miami, that was fun. Motormouth Jones was really good in that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that Ryan Reynolds' first movie?
Police Academy 5?
No,
Free Willy 5.
Free Willy 5.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
If I remember right, that co-starred Will.I.am, right?
Two guys, a girl, and an orca.
Okay. You're getting way off the plot, dude.
No, I did that for the plot.
Oh, okay.
Now come back around.
Can you think of anything I might have done for the plot?
Having kids?
Hey, how'd you come up with that?
I don't know.
Damn, dude, you're good. Yeah. Sure.
Good. I like how you built on that the same way you did the first time.
It was so real the first time. I was so proud of my kids. Now I'm over it. Because I brought my kid in and he didn't even help.
Didn't even know the phrase.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Okay, for the second time, and even better this time, I'm gonna have an inflection and shit. I'll do it in my British accent.
Please don't.
Huh?
I think you heard me. I said, please don't.
Governor?
Governor.
That's my British accent, right?
You know what?
Pip, pip, cheerio.
You know what we should do? Since clearly AI can do anything, like making Michael Jackson have the voice of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyways, what I think maybe that we should do one of these episodes is because of how terrible you are at accents. Just record an entire episode and AI it into British accents.
You know, I'll never be able to go back from that.
I know.
I love British accents.
I know.
That's why I'm so good at them.
Well,
I do it for the plot. Makes me sound not as smart as I usually am, but it's still, everybody thinks British accents are smart. All you have to do is not pronounce the T's.
Everybody thinks that British accents are smart.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know what a Cockney accent is, yeah?
Cock what?
Cockney.
Yeah, cocks to the
That's
knees.
not, nope. That's not what that means. I knew where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Not what that means.
I've been telling you not to wear such short shorts.
Just saying,
but whatever.
It's a style of British accent that I don't think people think is very smart.
All right. So we did that whole skit. That whole skit right there was for the plot.
That's sort of along the lines of the freshen your drink up, nah.
Did you ask me about my kids and we're talking about?
I did. And then you decided that you didn't want to recount what you had recorded the first time because you did it so well the first time, which isn't technically true. But yeah, I guess if you choose to have kids, you definitely called Liv a bastard.
We were, Bastarda and Bastardo. I guess I just learned that. I didn't know Bastardo was.
I don't know for sure that I'm right.
Oh man, all my whole Bastarda Galactica's not in this. Oh my God.
Oh no. How will the internet ever survive?
Oh, I'm going to squeeze that in.
I'm going to be honest with you. The one thing that I am horribly depressed about now after having lost that episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's still there. It just sounds like shit.
After having man raped that episode is that we didn't record video for it because the moment of realization on your face is something that
For which part?
When you realize that it wasn't plugged in and you didn't know what to do and you didn't know if it picked it up. And then you doubled down on that reflection when you went back and listened to it and realized it had picked it up.
Well, it was recording something,
just in the worst way possible,
because it used these speakers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm still all bummed out about it. Well, if this was done for the plot, it fucking sucked. If you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying.
Should I finish my thoughts on my kids so I at least sound like
Sure.
a real live father?
Sure. There's another story that we have to do with you as well. Go ahead.
Which one?
Moving to Phoenix.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah.
So you have to be thoughtful and coherent for like the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. I guess. I'll do it for the plot.
Actually, you doing that, being thoughtful and coherent for 10 minutes is like a change that nobody would expect. So this is definitely for the plot. Go ahead.
What's so tough is I already did it for 10 minutes. And I got to dig
really
deep. I got to
like
dig
5,
deep. Was it
maybe.
like 5?
Combined, yeah.
Maybe 7?
5.
No, I was with my wife for a while. We both decided to have kids. And like, I know a lot of people, it's a happy accident and all that stuff, but we didn't get married in time for our first kid, but we definitely did that for the plot.
Are you telling me Liv's a bastard?
Bastardo?
Bastarda?
That's Spanish?
That's female Spanish, yeah.
There's female Spanish?
Yes, most languages have genderized.
So the
words.
women will say bastarda. The men will say bastardo?
Yeah, it's like L and Ea.
No. If I'm talking about a female, I would say that, right? You're saying females talk one way and males talk another way.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You just said it.
That's not what I said.
It's rewind it. You want me to lose that too?
Yeah, rewind it. Let's go all the way back to the first recording of this episode. You dick.
Yeah, Bastard Galactica.
I would be a
It was
bastardo.
so much better the first time around. Oh,
You know,
that was a good joke too.
You know the worst part about that joke is it was terrible the first time, and when we had lost this episode, I was so happy because I was like, we never have to go back to that moment again. But here we are.
No, you're gonna make shirts of that. You're gonna be stealing that at work.
Yeah,
that guy's a bastard. You ever seen Bastard Galactica?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Well, like
you'd be more likely to get a Deep Space Nimrod shirt than Bastarda Galactica.
Well, and I think another. I mean, I mentioned you doing the culinary school, but you had I would say your Vegas days. Would you say that was part of your plot?
Yeah, that was.
You chose to go to Vegas, right?
Yeah, I chose to apply because Steve Wynn was opening a new hotel, and how many opportunities do you get to work there? And I didn't know if I was going to get it. And then, part that I don't think I've mentioned to you before is we had to do a drug test, and it was like a hair drug test, so they had to like send it to me.
They use your beard?
I didn't have a beard at the time.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, anyways, they had to send it to me.
Did you eat poppy seeds?
They had to send it to me. And when they sent it to me, also, nobody'd get that reference.
What?
Poppy seeds.
Everybody knows if you eat poppy seeds, it shows up as opium.
Everybody knows if they've seen that episode of Seinfeld.
A lot of people have seen that episode of Seinfeld.
Maybe. Anyway, so they sent it to me, and then I had to go to the center, and then they shaved some hair off my chest and threw it in there and tested it.
They did chest hair? They didn't just like clip the top of your head?
With these locks? I ain't letting them anywhere near my head.
That would have been awesome. No. Buttons your shirt. There you go, Doc.
Just breaks into an episode of Saturday Night Live. No. Antonio, too sexy.
Get in here. Get in and get the good stuff. Get the good stuff.
No, yeah, like, no. You don't cut this.
No.
You don't cut Samson's golden locks.
Yeah. Take it from the landing strip.
Anyway, so they take it and send it out. And I knew I was going to pass because at that point in my life, never had partaken in any drug whatsoever other than alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Not even once. And so I knew I was good.
Yeah.
But then you show up to work and you're like, none of these fuckers passed. This test meant nothing. I'm freaking out going, what if I did eat a poppy seed bagel and I don't remember it? Now I'm going to test positive and I'm screwed. I'm never going to get this job. And I got the job and showed up and I'm like, man, all these clowns are on drugs right now.
I remember the first couple times I did the drug test. I did the same thing. I'm clean as a whistle. But it's like the what if, like, well, maybe I rubbed up against somebody that just, Had some black tar heroin and
Weirdly, that's exactly how it shows up on your system too. It's not by doing it; it's by rubbing on somebody that did it.
God, high school was awesome.
Yeah. So then I went out and did that for a couple of years and learned a lot of stuff, and get to say that I opened a $2.7 billion resort and that I was there when they reached 5-star, 5-diamond status.
That's awesome. Well, how'd that affect your plot then?
It made it so that it was also my first technically management job. So it put me on the career arc I am now where I'm doing management stuff. And so, cause I guess there was only a short period of time where I kind of wasn't doing it. I also did things kind of backwards. A lot of people go through all the hourly positions and then move to management, but I did all the serving, bar backing type positions. Went to management, left that, and then ended up bartending, and then did that for 7-8 years, and then moved back into management, maybe more than 7 or 8.
Well, that's a hell of a plot, I guess.
Yeah.
And it led you here.
Yeah, all those things I did clearly didn't pay off, and now here I am co-hosting a podcast that we have one episode that 143 people listen to.
And we have to record everything twice because somebody forgets his jokes.
YORO 2.
YORO.
You only record once.
Oh.
Twice.
I was like, are you making fun of me? He just literally slapped his knee. That was definitely for the plot.
Your suffering is my joy.
I'm going to be so mad at myself later.
You know why you're going to be so mad at yourself? We've done a pretty good job of re-recording this.
Yeah. There was good stuff in that first.
You're going to go back and listen to the first one and be like, actually, you're going to go back. You'll probably go back to the first one, listen to it, and be like, hey, we need to record like 10 more minutes. Here are the jokes we need to hit.
Yeah, we need to do these ones again.
Yeah.
And make it sound like last time. And could you do that face for me again? What do I do? How am I going to do it? I'd take that though. If I could grow that beard that you got. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you moved to Phoenix. That was for the plot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a heck of a plot, actually.
Plot twist.
Twist.
You're a Phoenician now.
Yeah. So about 4 years now?
I think so.
And
that's at least what you said the last time we recorded this.
Yeah, but I'm really good with numbers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I'd have done it earlier. Especially, I wish I'd have done it for the kids earlier. So I feel like I failed on that plot twist.
I'm interested. Like, Jaden had the good fortune of not just being able to play, locally, but also got to play in Vegas, which is a good deal.
Yeah,
for sure.
But we had to force that through. Like that was, we really had to find that to give him the opportunities in Vegas had. And we would have done that here. It was just Vegas is half the distance in here.
Well, and that's the thing is I think it would have been interesting him growing up here and getting to play through the system here. Because I've got to imagine, I mean, this is the 4th biggest media market. So I have to imagine this is he would have had more competition in a good way. And
it depends. Vegas, we're talking about soccer, by the way, American football. Vegas is really good.
We're talking about soccer, American football?
We're talking about
soccer. American soccer.
International football.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even though soccer is a British term.
Yeah, I know. I think you explained that on one of the episodes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It was too smart for me. I had to cut all that shit out. You got to dumb it down a little bit for the listeners.
I'm going to tinker with your ticker.
Yeah, the soccer market in Vegas it's really comparable to here. It's weird because a couple of the teams they had there were the best in the nation from Vegas for club ball. But here Arizona has
did they all play at the same high school?
No, they all got split up a lot.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Some of the best teams
had
some of the worst students
because Bishop Gorman up there recruits for all sports from all around the country.
Really?
Yeah.
We didn't get into the high school stuff too much because we didn't go there, but we heard about it because of how the teams would get broken up. But Phoenix down here, they had they have great teams here too, but they had a lot of the stuff the Olympic stuff or stuff that would lead to real MLS play here because Barcelona has an academy here.
Mm-hmm.
So both have been great. But we always think about things, and Jaden started about 9, and he started in school with his best friend at the time, who they just fell in love with soccer during recess. And if I told him, like, if we had moved you down here sooner, would that have happened? Like, you wouldn't have had that friend. You could be playing basketball right now. You might have had a friend that'd been like, let's join the basketball team, and you'd have been fantastic at basketball. So kind of is what it is. I do wish we would have moved him here sooner, or moved to Vegas sooner. Because that was almost part of our plot. We almost decided to go to Vegas, but Jaden was playing down here, so I was like, no, I'm a helicopter parent. You know,
You sure are, bud.
I'm a helicopter parent. Hella?
Sure.
I'm a hella parent.
Sure.
I listened to that episode the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah. I still don't understand hella.
Not surprising. Where were you going to move if you had moved to Vegas?
Preferably on the outskirts, like Summerlin. It's gorgeous there.
I know.
Yeah.
Again, I lived there for 2 years.
Did you live in Summerlin?
No, I lived in Henderson, and then I lived in the northwest corner on 95.
And Henderson's got some nice places too. Henderson's got some, like, on the outskirts as you're coming in. That's got my favorite Chinese restaurant. It's in Henderson. Best Chinese food I've ever had.
I mean, low bar.
What?
Your
Well, I
taste.
haven't been to China, so we need to do the dad joke thing. Where we just come in and start doing some dad jokes.
Yeah, I would have to do some research. Like, I'm good off the cuff on doing dad
Mhm.
jokes, but like, if you just say, all right, go.
No, we have to, like, have a few written down, like they can see the guys do. We
Yeah.
should do that. Totally rip everybody off. We'll do that for the plot.
That would be a good plot.
Mm-hmm.
Plot twist.
Oh, see what we did there?
I do see what we did there.
It's almost as good as our nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, so that's a good. I guess that technically was a big plot twist to move down here. And a lot of stuff happened in the last couple of years, so I even had to move again down here. And I think I was wondering.
They mostly just moved because we complained about having to drive too far.
Yeah, that worked too. Yeah, I had to meet this guy and end up liking him, and then be like, "You should be on my podcast." And he was like, "Yeah, because I really love you, and I would just love to be a part of you, be around you." I think that was the conversation. That's pretty close. Pretty close.
Pretty sure you can cut that from the final cut too. For multiple reasons.
Too emotional? That make you too emotional?
Well, no, for multiple reasons. One is it's not really how it happened.
It was pretty close to that.
Well, not really, because you didn't have a podcast prior to me.
I remember telling you about the podcast, and I remember you physically leaning over and hugging me.
Is that what you remember?
Yeah, I really do. I remember that. You don't remember that?
Just out of curiosity, are you doing this for the plot? So that everybody that's listening thinks that somehow that's what happened?
I bet you our handful of listeners would love to go back. It'd love to be a fly on the wall.
I'm going to tell you. You say handful of listeners.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I thought you were trying to tell me I love you in pager code earlier when you told me how many people listen to Riz, I think that many people listening to an episode probably exceeds what I thought we were ever going to do for any singular episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat on episodes that were between 30 and 40 for a really long time.
Mm.
So the fact that more people have listened to it, you like selfishly, I hope that snowballs a little bit.
Bussin' is doing really good now too.
Is it?
Yeah. But I just actually, I got it. I forgot. I should have started the whole episode with this. I'm glad I didn't, because
You'd have to re-record it anyway.
So I got this email, and it seemed like one of those ones that's like, send me your money.
Was it Elon Musk? I got that this morning.
I saw that. And it was obviously from somebody who either used help to write or it was like, I chalked it up to being spam.
They used a Beatles song.
Yeah. Help to write? Is that what it was?
No, help.
No.
Need somebody.
I thought I saved
Not just
one.
anybody.
Yeah, so like is from, I don't even know how to say his name. So I just deleted it being like,
do you want me to read
spam?
it since
Yeah.
you don't know how to say things?
But I got a second one from him.
Anuj Agarwal.
And if you look at it, it still looks like, oh, this is spam, but he has a link on there to a blog. And then the blog goes to a legit blog where he wants to highlight us for slang podcasts. And if you look at all the other slang podcasts, there are ones so you can learn English for all the different for people to go through. Not like I bet you anything that's where we're getting some of our listeners from.
Here's my question. Well, we said that before, when we were looking at all the different countries.
But and I'm seeing that maybe that's our niche. We need to.
Here's the things that concern me. We're only a top 4 slang podcast. Name 3 that are better. Wait.
Click on the link.
I don't want to.
Because the other ones are like legitimate, like learn American slang, learn British slang, and then one's like us where they're trying to be clever. Well, this one worked out so well, so hopefully we have time to even do a second one because I cheesed that.
Really shat the bed. Really Shatner the bed.
Is that how we want to finish this episode, with me shitting the bed?
Wouldn't be the first episode that ended that way.
I like do it for the plot.
The good news is you won't have a whole lot of cutting to do on this one since we already did it once. The second time was pretty clean all the way through. You'll have to cut the one part where you were racist, but other than that, we'll be good.
It's pretty much every episode. If I only have to cut one racist thing, that's pretty good for us.
Yeah, I like do it for the plot too. I think that I wonder if like people that vote for a certain tangerine are doing it for the plot, or if they really believe in his policies.
I don't think they can spell plot. Anyways. Yeah, you had a few good jokes of that earlier on. I think you started the episode with that.
I might have. But yeah, I like it too. I think it's a fun phrase. I don't know that I'll use it. I should use it.
You will. It feels like one you would use.
Yeah, maybe. It is better than YOLO for sure.
YOLO's awful. I hate that one, which we haven't done yet. So we're giving YOLO a lot more like time than we should.
I mean, I guess.
You guys?
Oh, yes.
Oh. I'm glad you picked this phrase. This was a good one. I wasn't expecting you to pick this.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I kept like scrolling past it on our list and I was like, oh, I really want to do that episode because I do like that phrase. And I feel like we've done a lot recently where we've completely hated whatever we were talking about.
Yeah, the last few have been rough.
And so it's nice to jump back in with both feet and be like, hey, this one's not so bad, use this. And then also to find out that the kids actually don't know the phrase. So that's less than ideal. But
well, it's also like, they haven't come out yet, but we have a handful that are about to hit. And I think you're right. I think it was just full on hate for 2 or 3 words there.
For sure.
One of them was definitely hate. The other ones were just like, this is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is that us just getting older?
I think it's us just doing it for the plot.
Okay. I like the idea of that.
You know what else we should do for the plot?
End this episode?
Yes, and get the kids tacos.
Oh,
because we've definitely put that off for an extra 45 minutes as we've had to re-record this episode.
All right, slangers, it's taco time.
Taco time. Time to slang some tacos into my mouth.
Slang them in my mouth. Bye, slangers.
Bye, gang.
Bye, gang. What is our nerd thing?
Wouldn't it be funny if Bye Gang was just like a cadre of people that like both males and females?
I know, that'd be awesome because they could interchange on their bikes. You're like, I'm with Derek today. No, I'm with Denise. And just a hodgepodge.
Apparently they all have D names.
Yeah. It's in the contracts.
You just wanted to be part of the group.
The D Riders?
Oh, gross.
Don't make it weird.
I didn't make it weird. You made it weird.
Happy Pride Month.